Um, so it's me, Ozma, and I am here to talk to you about something which I think I kind of realized today after watching some videos and after life affecting moment. And I thought that I shall share it with you because perhaps for future reference and just so that I can also remember it. I'll start by a story and then I'll get to my main point. And the story goes like this, that we had a teacher yesterday actually who was very strict and very rude to the students and to me and my friend. So when my friend finished, she went out, and when it was my turn, obviously I got scolded too. Then I went out, and we both were just sitting in the car, and we were just being sad. But we are like complaining. We're like, oh my god, he was so strict, he was so rude, and this and that. Like how naturally students would do. Then what happens is that we have to go to an office, and we are just walking there together. It's been a couple of hours now, and we see the teacher standing in the middle of it, in the middle of the hall. And immediately we turn back around the corner and we're like, okay, let's go back. I'm ready to run away. I'm like, because I'm scared. I don't want to get scolded by him again. But suddenly something takes over my friend, and she's like, you know what? Let's walk past him. We can do this. Let's go. And I was like, no, are you crazy? We are going to get scolded again. Did we not just talk about it in the car? How much we are afraid of this guy? Why are we going to go right in front of him now? That was exactly like the last thing that I wanted, was to see him again. But she was like, come on, let's go. Come on, we can do this. We were just walking towards, and we had masks on. So I'm just saying to her, you know what? You're crazy. What's wrong with you? Why are you doing this? There's still time. Let's go back. And I'm never going to talk to you again. I'm not going to respond to your phone calls. We can't do this. Let's go back. I don't want to go, and this and that. But still, somehow, she just keeps on saying, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. And we just walk past. And when it's over, after my anxiety settles down, we realize, or rather I realize, that the fear that we had, it was all nothing. It was just a speck of dirt, and it was gone. Just like that. It just vanished. The fear vanished. When we looked towards the ring of fire with our eye and we walked past through it, that's when our fear of fire ended. That really got me thinking that what else am I afraid of? Afraid of rejection, afraid of criticism, afraid of other things as well. So if I try to let fear dominate my life, and if you let fear dominate your life, you're not going to be living the best version of your life. You're not going to succeed, and you're not going to fail either. You're going to be in between. So what's the point of that? Isn't life all about doing until you get right? So sure, fear is a defensive mechanism. It is to prevent us from failure, but it also prevents us from success. So we should not be afraid of failure, because it always leads to success. Anyways, so that got me thinking. Fear of rejection. I've been afraid of that actually a lot. Last year, I was afraid to ask a friend, not really a friend, an acquaintance, out for dinner. And I was so afraid that every time I would have the guts to do it, I would just back out the last second, and I would just keep on hoping that some situation would present itself where we would have the opportunity to meet. But that was not right. I was waiting for things to happen without conquering my own fears. I was trying to live in the safety of my fears, and I was not going anywhere. I was just at the same place. There's nothing changing, nothing happening. And I thought over this many times. And sometimes I would wish that there would be someone like an elder sister who would tell me whether this is right or wrong. But today I realized that is it really about right or wrong? Or is it about proving something to myself? I'll elaborate a bit. See, when we are afraid of rejection, we are actually afraid of what the other person will say, yes or no. But perhaps if we don't personalize the rejection and we try to take it as an opportunity to go above our fears and to stand right in that problem, to put ourselves in that problem, in that situation, and just have faith in our own ability. Now, that's a lot to process, so I'm going to repeat it again. Instead of letting fear dominate you, you go right into that situation which you are afraid of. Stand in the middle of it, and you know that a problem is going to come. It's more likely that a problem will come. But instead of being afraid of that problem, you be like, no, I'm going to deal with this. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to run away. No, I'm going to have faith in my ability that whether whatever I do is right or wrong, if I'm put into this situation, I can deal with it. That's the right way to do. So at the end of the day, it's not about being right or wrong in life. No decision is right or wrong. It's simply that you are put into a scenario, and over there your skills are tested to see that how can you function in this scenario. How will you respond? If you run away, that means you haven't conquered the biggest challenge in your life, which is your mind and your soul. So I thought to myself that that's my reasoning. That's it. I'm not going to ask that person out, not for that person, but not to hear yes or no, but kind of to prove to myself that, to have faith in myself and to say that, okay, if it's a yes or if it's a no, either way, I would at least be proud that I did something which I was really afraid of, which was talk to a stranger out of my comfort zone, or plan an event with many other people, or speak loudly in front of my teachers for doing some examination, of course. To be confident. It seems scary at first, but when you realize that you're doing it to prove a point to yourself, you're doing it to prove to yourself that it's not the outcome on which your faith is. It's in your inside. It's in your strength that you have faith in, and of course Allah. And that if you don't get rejected now, you'll get rejected later. This will keep on coming up. But if you are continuously afraid of it, you're not going to be living your life. At least this will prove to you that you can do it. And that it's not as scary as it looks. It's not as scary as it looks until you go into it. Now, this might seem like the most craziest advice right now, but it's something that really got me thinking, that instead of living in my fears, I want to finally live an experiment and test myself to what capability can I go to? Put myself in those situations, in those simulations, and just see where it will go. You know, it's more about for yourself, to prove a point to yourself, actually. So yeah, that's kind of what my thought process was right now. I don't know how I'm going to overcome my fear of public speaking or my fear of fear of rejection, but I know that there is one way that I can do it, by putting myself in those kind of positions, by forcing myself to be where I am afraid of the most, just to show to myself that it's not as scary as it seems, and that problems are meant to happen. What you are for is to deal with them, not to run away. To deal with them. And you can deal with them. You have to counsel yourself. You have to say to yourself that after every mistake, after every failure, you have to get back up, and you have to say to yourself that no, I'm not a failure, and that mistakes happen to everybody, and from these mistakes I'm going to learn it, and that I have the capability, and that you have the capability to improve and to change, because that is the beauty of human nature. That's something that is the beauty of every living thing, that they change in response to circumstances, and that's how we thrive. Change. And you have the ability to change yourself and ultimately your surroundings, and so do I. So you need to constantly be your biggest supporter. You need to say that, so what if I messed up after my speech? So what if I tripped on stage? So what if I got humiliated in front of my friends? It's not going to stop me from loving myself. It's not going to stop me from trying, because one closed door doesn't mean that all the doors will be closed. So anyways, that was something that got me thinking, and I thought I should share this video, and I hope it has done something of benefit to you. And I also have to thank the video makers of Therapy in a Nutshell on YouTube, and another channel which I don't really remember right now, but yeah. So, and of course my friend. So these life circumstances, they teach you things. The smallest circumstances, they teach you all big lessons of your life. So I hope you like this video, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.